Welcome to episode 5 of the Work Well, Live Well podcast. I'm Leanne Camilleri and I am passionate about helping people to work well and live well. In this episode, I'm chatting with Dina Pozzo from INSEAM. I met Dina at the World Congress of Positive Psychology in Montreal in 2017, and I wanted to speak to her as she is doing some great things around influencing courageous leadership. I chatted with Dina last year in the lovely Albert Park, and you'll hear the birds singing in the background and the occasional spot of rain. But Dina's passion for courage, leadership and authenticity is admirable, and as you'll hear, she's doing some great things in this space. This week, she's off to the US to be accredited by none other than Dr. Brené Brown in the Dare to Lead program, and this is very exciting. I look forward to hearing more about it. So I hope you enjoy this podcast. And now I met Dina, the lovely Dina, in Canada last year at the World Congress for Positive Psychology. And I found her such a lovely, beautiful woman, and I wanted to share a conversation with Dina here. Dina, what is it that you do?
Okay, thank you for that very generous introduction. I'm going to relate what I do to my purpose. I've done a lot of work on my purpose, and my purpose is to open doors. To tell you a little bit about what that means and where it's come from, in my life I have shut some doors in the past, some quite firmly. And what I've come to realise is that that's not helpful to my well-being. In fact, it's really unhelpful.
Yeah.
So what I've done, the work that I've done for myself, is to open some of the doors that I've shut myself, to open doors that others have shut on me, and then to open doors that maybe have appeared that were unexpected. So I'm really clear on my purpose, and my purpose is to help other people open doors. And what I do know is that takes courage. And it takes courage to be willing to go there, willing to do it, willing to explore, willing also to honour what's on the other side. Because even with doors that sometimes we've shut, we've forgotten what's on the other side and
Yes.
how deeply that might impact us.
Yes.
How do I do that? I do that sometimes in workshops, so workshops around courage and courageous leadership and authentic leadership.
Yes.
And also one-on-one coaching.
Okay. And so with one-on-one coaching, what sorts of things might we go through with that sort of thing?
Okay, so, and this is something to have a think about, and I do have a book to suggest at the end of this.
Oh, good.
If you're looking to understand your purpose or understand self better, whether it's coaching or workshop facilitation, what we do is we explore our values, we explore our motivations, we explore our strengths as well as our weaknesses, we explore life stories over our lifespan, because what we look for themes. And one of the themes that came up really, really clearly for me, well, there were two key themes. One, fairness kept popping up in every single life story I could think of.
Yes.
And that's really important to me. And the other theme that popped up was care.
Yes.
And so I kind of put those two together and I go, okay, I need to be opening doors and helping other people open doors.
Yes. And here you are now.
And here I am now.
So how do you get people to work on their strengths then?
Well, firstly, as you know, it's very much about identifying them. And
Yes.
there's different ways to do that.
Yes.
So you've got everything from your VIA strengths to your Gallup strengths to your realised strengths. And also getting people to strength spot.
Yes.
You know, and get feedback from other people. And if I might say so myself, because courage is such a huge passion for me,
Yes.
I have become a pretty good spotter of courage. And what I delight in doing, and I need to be mindful clearly of how the person might receive it, but what I delight in doing is when I hear stories from others and I think that's a courageous story, is actually to give them that feedback.
Yeah.
And actually say, oh my goodness, that was so courageous what you did, what you said. And also sometimes What you didn't do was courageous.
Yes. Right. Okay. So, so we've talked about spotting strengths.
Yeah.
How does the values come into it as well?
Okay. So, if you think of your life stories, there will be themes that come up.
Yeah.
And values, clearly, our values start being who we are and at the core of who we are from a very young age. And if you think of values, it's your upbringing, it's the people, your family that surround you that really kind of shape your own values. What I will do with people once they've identified what their values are, sometimes, and I ask people to kind of think of the top 5 to 7.
Yes.
When they've come to 7, I then ask them to discard 2.
Okay.
And generally people don't like that because they say, but they're all important. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. But let's really focus. And if we focus, then we can make a really concerted effort to work with those. And then of the 5, I'll often say, if you had absolutely no choice, and you had to give 2 away, which would be those 2?
Okay.
And we tend to then get into a conversation around, because often, I'll backtrack. In discarding the 2 that you just have to get rid of, they're often the ones that we in life will let go. Now, that's not a bad thing, because if I think of my values, amongst my top 5, fairness is absolutely number 1.
Yeah.
Love and family, justice, which is linked to fairness, and they're probably my top 4. Oh, and also learning.
Yes.
I have a huge passion for learning. So they're my top 5. Now, if I think of those values, sometimes I will, I'll let go of the learning if it means that I'm spending time with my family.
Yes.
And that's not a bad thing.
Yep.
So we have that conversation. The other thing I ask people to do is I ask people to define their values, to really think about what does it mean for me. Because we both might have the value of fairness, but it might look different.
Yes.
So if I can define what my value means to me, then I can also make some choices around what I will do is and what I won't do is.
Yes.
And again, I'll give you a for instance.
Yeah, thank you.
So fairness, again. I know that if I think something is unfair, I won't stay quiet just because everyone else thinks it is fair.
Yes.
So I know I won't stay quiet. What will I do with respect to fairness? As long as it's not compromising another value, for example, family or love, which they're all intertwined anyway, I will make sure I will always be fair.
Right.
And I know that sounds actually a bit wishy-washy, but it means it's meaningful to me.
No, with our values, Dina, they can change.
Yep.
And how does that happen for people?
That will often happen with a significant life event.
Yes.
So, we're trotting along, life's all good, we're happy, and we're doing what we do, and we do it well. And then often it's a significant life event, and it might be a negative life event,
yes,
or it might also be a positive life event.
Yes.
There are some thought leaders out there who will say it's the negative life events that will only change your values, and they talk about that crucible moment, and that crucible moment which, if you think we're trotting along in a nice line, that we really fall, and we fall hard, which makes us reevaluate.
Yes.
But sometimes there's even the positive things that, I know whilst we don't have children are really important to me.
Yes.
And I know my friends who have children, they will say that for them, family goes through the roof. Once their value of family goes through the roof once they've had children.
Yes.
And that's an amazing life event.
Yes. Yes, it is.
But it's those significant life events that either have us intentionally or even at a subconscious level reevaluate.
Yeah. I do think, just having, in my own journey through life, definitely, when those hard times have come about, yes, you reevaluate things in a different way. You see things in a different way, don't you? And your whole experience to life is very different to what it was before. But also those great times that come after that also help to build on those values and make you see things in a different way as well. As, especially if you've perhaps some people might experience great sadness in their life, and then all of a sudden they're experiencing a lot of happiness, and that they value that, and they see things in a different light, I guess, as an example. So,
and that's the whole resilience piece.
Yes,
it's because life happens.
Yes,
the good, the bad, and everything in between. But it's the ability to go, yes, I was sad, or I was despondent, or I was in despair. Even if we think of really strong negative emotions, and then going, okay, but what did I learn? Yes, and then what can I do as a result? And it's the whole post-traumatic growth.
Yeah, and those lessons are real gems, aren't they? Definitely. And I love that term, post-traumatic growth. When you think about going through a trauma or a hard time or a challenging time, the things you learn through that time are invaluable, really, about yourself, about others, about the world, all those things, definitely. What about relationships? Is that within a coaching environment, is that something that you would touch on?
Absolutely. So my coaching is very holistic. So if I can clarify, Leanne, relationships, relationships of my coachee.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. My coaching is very holistic.
Yeah.
And even though I'm termed as an executive coach, we know that I don't come to work and I put my life aside and now I'm the executive or the worker or the employee. Yeah. So, often our conversations will go into relationships, and one of the things we do also around opening doors is, and I'm working with a couple of people on this at the moment, thinking about all the different roles that you play in life.
Yes.
So for me, I'm someone's wife, I'm someone's daughter, I'm someone's sister, I'm someone's aunt. I'm also a great aunt. Oh. I'm a netball team member, I'm a community worker, I'm a director of a company. And so what I do with people is I ask them to think about what are the roles they play in their life. And then for each of those roles, to think about firstly, how satisfied are you?
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 not at all, 5 absolutely satisfied to the max.
Yes.
And then after we've done that, I then ask them, or how much energy are you putting in? And see if there's, and again, a 1 to 5 scale, and just see if there are any correlations. Am I dissatisfied because I'm not putting energy in? Or am I really satisfied and actually it doesn't take a lot of energy?
Yes.
But how can I do that? And then the other thing, if we go back to values, I then ask them to think about how are your values playing out in each of those roles. So if I come back to your original question about relationships, in those life roles, that's where relationships play a big part. Because as I said, I'm someone's daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a wife, etc., etc. And we explore.
Yeah.
And as you know, in coaching, you have all your answers.
Yes.
It's just about being asked the questions to get you thinking.
Yeah. And drawing it out of you.
And drawing it out.
Yeah. And those questions that bring about those aha moments, they are invaluable as well, aren't they? It's just, it's like, aha, I see it I just now see it in a totally different light. How then does this help people's well-being?
Okay, so if we think of authenticity, if we think of our strengths, our values, they're all those things that are at our core. And what we know is when we work with our core rather than against it, that's when that's going to have impact, positive impact, on our psychological and physical well-being.
Right.
And when we understand what's at our core and we honour it, and this is, for me, this is one of those doors. It's about honouring what's on the other side, which is us as well, and our core. That's when we show up. And we don't just show up physically, but we show up mindfully.
Yes.
And we're fully present. And that's when, I'm going to use the cliche, we can be our best. And that's when we're at our best, that impacts hugely on our well-being.
Yes, yeah.
Because of the energy, the emotion, the contagion, the impact on other people. You know, it helps our well-being.
Yeah, and when we are at our best, it feels so great, doesn't it? It's just that you just feel so alive, and you see again. There's a whole lot of clarity, isn't there, around things. So.
And you know what I love about being your best and you feel so alive? For some people, that aliveness is literally the energy and the buzz.
Yes.
But then for other people, that aliveness is just a beautiful, calm contentment.
Yes.
And everything in between.
Yeah.
So whatever alive is for you, that's alive.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. As it starts to spit to rain.
Yeah, it's a bit grey.
It's like 4 seasons in one day here
That's
in Melbourne. So, let's wrap it up quickly. But first, before we do that, I would like to congratulate you on being courageous with our live. Thank you.
I was trembling.
You've done amazing, and I don't believe for one moment that it's your first one, because you've done so well, so thank you.
Again, you're generous, very generous. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, one tip, well-being hack, book, advice. What would you like to leave us with today?
Can I leave you with 2?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. First one, and this requires courage, but think about if you want to understand self better, your authentic self better and your core better, at the end of every day, just think about something that you're proud of that you did today. And have a think about, what did that feel like? What were you doing? Who was with you? What was the impact of that? Because what you'll do day after day after day is you gather evidence on yourself.
Yes.
And you'll notice themes.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be, you know, I need to sit down for an hour and figure this out. It can be 5 minutes at the end of every day. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, there is a great book out there, or I think it's a great book. It's called Finding Your True North.
Okay.
And it's the handbook.
Yes.
It was written by Bill George. Bill George is probably the scholar who put authentic leadership on the map.
Okay.
Let me rephrase that. He's probably best known.
Okay.
But there are a lot of people who've done work in that space. But Finding Your True North handbook, it's got a number of different exercises in it.
Okay.
You can dip in and out of it. You don't have to go cover to cover.
Right.
And it will help you understand self and core better.
Thank you. I'm going to put that one on my reading list
It's a great book.
have a look at. I've heard of it, I haven't read it yet. So thank you for that. Dina, if people want to find you, I'm going to supply some links in the comments. But if they want to find you, how can they do that?
I'll provide you with this information
Thank
too. You can find me dina@insium.com.au, and I'll give you just for the spelling and stuff.
Yes.
So there's my email. I'll also provide you my phone number.
Thank you.
At any time, if you want to call and say I've had a question, or even call me and tell me I was wrong, because I'm constantly learning too. So there'll be my phone number. If you're on Twitter, I am Courage Chick. And that took a bit of courage to put that out there. And then I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook and all manner of things, but I'll give you some links.
Thank you so much, and I'll add that to the comments. And I'm just aware that it's starting to rain, and I don't want us to
I need
be
wipers.
any more messed up than we are. So thanks so much, and thanks